Hi everyone, today I'd like to talk about e.l.f. brushes because e.l.f. brushes, in particular studio line brushes, are always so popular. I haven't ever seen a review which isn't just absolutely fantastic. The first brush which I ever got from e.l.f. was actually before the studio line arrived, and it's just from their normal range, so it's only £1.50. And it's brilliant. It's again got a fantastic reputation. If you go on Makeup Alley, most of the reviews, if not all, are just brilliant reviews. It's just their usual professional eyeshadow brush. It's a lay down brush, but it's really dense and it's also really soft, and it's a lot better than basically anything you can get on your high street. So for £1.50, just go and get this one. It's actually my favourite one in terms of the e.l.f. lay down brushes, although they have come out with the e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush, which is very similar, but I actually still prefer this one because it's just slightly taller. I don't know, I think it's to do with the size of my eye, that I've got more lid space, so I prefer this one. But this one's much the same. Again, it's very soft. This one's probably more dense, so a lot of people prefer this for pigments and loose shadows. But they're both brilliant brushes. This is a studio line, so it's £3.50. This is a normal line, so it's £1.50. The rest of the brushes are going to be studio line, so let's go through them. Another eye brush which I use every single day for my fluid line is this e.l.f. small angled brush. This one is absolutely brilliant because, as it says, it's a small angle, so you can do a really neat fine line with this, and it's really stiff as well, which is just what you want, but it's still soft. These are made out of synthetic hairs. Next brush which I use every single day is this complexion brush. This brush is a brilliant shape. I've spoken about it before. It's flat, so it can do contouring or it can do powdering, and yet it's a really nice rounded shape, so it can apply blusher really well. So this is a really good lazy all-round brush. I do my blusher with it, contour, powder, bronzer, it does it all. Again, this gets massive raves, so I'm not breaking new ground, but do check it out. It's just really, for £3.50, shockingly amazing. I actually reach for this above lots of my high-end brushes, that's how good it is. They have recently come out with a baby version. Some people, especially if you've got a smaller face and you just want to apply your blusher in a very concentrated way, or right on the apples or anything like that, you might find this a bit big. So this is literally a mini-me version. So it's exactly the same shape. It's slightly fluffier, but it's still flat enough that it can do contouring. Probably, if you've got a nose my size, you can do it for shading nose and features. But otherwise, it's just a really perfect little blusher brush. As you can see, it really hits that area, isolates it, and it's just a lovely little blusher brush. So they definitely needed a blusher brush for people who felt this was a bit too wide. The next brush, which took me a while to get used to, but now that I have, I'm just as big a fan of it as everyone else. This probably has the most fans of all the e.l.f. brushes, and it's the e.l.f. powder brush. This is like a flat top kabuki, which MAC used to have but discontinued it. So it's incredibly dense, incredibly soft once again. They designed this for powder, and indeed it is really good for applying powder. It's also fantastic for foundation, liquid foundation, mineral foundation, any kind of foundation, especially if you want to get full coverage, because obviously this picks up a lot of product. It's another really good all-round brush because you can also apply blusher with it, powder with it, bronzer with it. It's a really nice brush. I used to prefer the complexion brush, but now this is probably one of my favourites as well, and I definitely get a lot of use out of it. It's a great sturdy brush. It's got a nice firm barrel here that really allows you to buff in all your product securely. It's absolutely brilliant. And then the last brush which I have is the e.l.f. fan brush. Someone recommended this to me because she said it was incredibly soft, and indeed I thought the other brushes were soft until I felt this. It's just so fine and soft. If you're doing contouring or anything which might leave harsh lines, this is brilliant for just softening it all up and making the whole effect more natural. People also use it to get rid of powder under their eyes, or to apply light dusting of bronzer, a light application of blusher. Again, it's a really nice all-round brush, so I highly recommend that one once again. Now, a very new product which has come out, which I'm very excited about, and I have used it and I'm amazed once again, is the e.l.f. brush shampoo. It comes in this neat and very expensive looking bottle. If you ask me, it looks really professional. And you flick it open like that. Again, it's like the MAC brush cleanser, except this one is more jelly formed. It's not quite as runny, so you won't get it running down the side. As you can see, it's like that. So it's quite viscosy, whatever that word is, and it's really good. It actually reminds me of Trish McAvoy brush cleanser, which I really like, and which is obviously a huge amount more. So if you just apply that to your brush and then you wet the brush, you lather it up, and this really does clean brushes really, really well. So that's the e.l.f. brush shampoo, and once again it's from the Studio line, so it's only £3.50 and you get 120 millilitres. So I really like this one. The first ingredient is water, so it's not got too much alcohol in it like some of them do. So it leaves your brushes quite soft and overall very clean. So that's yet another rave from me. And seeing as I've got a little time left to mention 3 brand new products which I'm loving so much, I just had to put this in, although I will do a video on it in their own right if no one else does. First thing is this amazing gloss which I'm wearing, the 2-in-1 conditioning gloss. This one is in Supermodel, and this is absolutely shockingly amazing. It's got a sponge tip applicator which I really like, but what I love is that it's really thick and really glassy. Amazing finish. The other thing which I'm really liking is this e.l.f. lip stain. It's really difficult to get a lip stain in pale colours, and this one is in Birthday Suit. Most lip stains go on really alcohol-y and shrivel up your lips. This one goes on really moisturising, and then it dries, and it really does tint your lips, especially if you had lips which weren't pigmented. I'm sure this would really come out true to form. On me it just slightly lightens them up, and then if you put the gloss over it does darken it a bit, but it makes it really, really shiny as well. The final thing, which is my favourite of everything, and this deserves a review in its own right, but I'm so excited. I've already tested this, and I would say I didn't have high hopes, but I actually did have high hopes because it's got really good reviews on Makeup Alley, and it's the e.l.f. Eyelid Primer. This has got amazing packaging, because obviously you can get all the product out. It's got a doe foot applicator, like another primer which we all know and love, and it looks really similar as well. And it goes on exactly the same. I applied it as if I was applying my beloved Primer Potion, and I was wondering if it would be as good, but I've only tried it once or twice so far. It's £3.50, you only need a tiny bit, and it really keeps your eyeshadow on. It doesn't have any creasing, colour goes on vibrant, so do check this out. I reckon this is going to be an absolute hit, and I just hope e.l.f. have got enough stock in to cope with demand. So that's my overall review, and hope it helped. Talk to you soon. All the best. Bye.